Wonder who designed it.
I know.
Beautiful logo.
Greetings and felicitations to everybody watching out there in good old video land. I'm Jeff Higdon, Chief of Communications for Starfleet, and your host for this exciting time to discuss the virtual IC, which is coming up in August. I want to introduce our guest, um, Captain Erin Poole. She serves as the Vice Regional Coordinator for Region 13. She's also the XO of the USS Nomad, and she's our chair. And in no particular order, Lieutenant J.G. Andrew Rice, if he were here with us, okay, Andrew, you're with the USS Atlantis, and you're with the registration. So this is the guy you complain about not getting your stuff. Commodore Ken Kopacki, I got that right. Did I get it right, Ken? USS Battleborn, he is in charge of the final mission video package. He's the producer and graphic designer. Also on our little call is our good friend, Fleet Captain John Hardy of the USS Essex over in England. He is on the planning committee representing Europe. We also have Commander Lynn Harper, CMO of the Battleborn and Region 13 AS.
Nomad.
She's on the Nomad, Jeff.
Nomad. Did I say Battleborn?
Yeah.
Okay. Nomad, and you're with programming and I'm trying to read my own writing, auction donations. And finally, Commander Randy Mitson. He's the second officer of the USS Nomad. He's the web developer for the virtual IC website, sfi-vic.com. So, good afternoon to all. And do you have anything to say at the moment before we start these tough questions?
Well, you did introduce Sean. I know he probably doesn't need an introduction, but he's been very, very involved in this planning process, so we should probably give him a shout out.
Hey, yeah, that's
here.
Commander Sean Gurr. He's the XO of the USS Russell Camp III. He is also the producer and of the AMA today, and also a producer over at the Starfleet After Dark, that exciting program we have every other Friday, it seems. But anyway, why don't we go on into the questions now?
Well, before we do that, I just wanted to announce that our website is live now. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You're welcome to go check it out. It'll have all the information that we have for you so far. There will be a place for you to register there. And it's a beautiful site. They worked very, very hard on it. I'm very proud of all the work that they did.
And I'm sure it looks very good. I'll take a look at it as soon as we get off here. But if the graphics are anything like this thing, then it's going to be a great one. So there. So let me ask you this: how are the preparations for the VIC coming along?
I'll answer that. I think they're coming along really well. Like I said, we just launched our website, and now we are going to hone in on our individual projects. Hi, Ireland. Anyway, yeah, we're going to start working with Ken on the final mission. The awards, all of the different little components. We're now have plans for all of them, and we're just going to start the filming and putting the videos together. So that's kind of where we're at. Everything's pretty much on track.
Okay, I think that answers the second question. Well, how is everything on schedule?
Yes.
So, for the opening. Now, what
I
are
am going to say we're about 2 weeks behind schedule.
you're on schedule?
Well, reason being, I got married and then I went to Mexico, so we kind of took a little bit of a break so I could do that. But we'll just make the time back up. It's not a big deal.
So congratulations, Aaron. Uh, now, what are the dates for the IC?
Why are we screen sharing right now?
I have no idea. I think he's trying to bring up the website.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
It's so confusing.
scroll up to the top of that page.
Andrew, do you want to talk a little bit about like the date and registration and stuff?
For sure. So the date for the VIC this year is August 12th and August 13th. Registration, you can go to Eventbrite, and if you search for Starfleet 2022 Virtual International Conference, you'll be able to find it there and order your free ticket.
Can I add a little bit there too? If you go to the website, it's right on the home page of the website. There's a big red button for it, so it's quite easy to find.
that's great. Now, some people are asking, apparently they've been having trouble to get a hold of you. How do they ask questions of you, like through the email and such?
For sure. So with that, if you've ordered a ticket through Eventbrite, there is a way you can message through the site, and it'll get to my email. Otherwise, if you're looking just to email me directly, it's crossfield1988 at gmail.com.
Can I also add, under the contact page of the website, there's a contact form there too, with the list of all the staff too. So if you want to address it to somebody, you're welcome to do that.
That sounds a way to go. I mean, great, excellent. Now, what is the schedule for the actual VIC looking like?
We don't really have everything ordered yet. What we're kind of waiting on, we have announced programs, but we're going to wait until we have a little bit more work done on those and we have some stuff completed so we can see where they'll probably naturally work better rather than forcing it.
And you'll announce where that schedule will be able to view on your website, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, once we get the schedule done, everything's going to be on the website. You can even watch the VIC on the website.
Oh, excellent! I think that's great. I mean, it makes it a lot easier for the normal Joe Starfleet member. Now, are there any special guests planned for the event?
Well,
there are many special guests that are planning to attend. Yes,
we do have some special guests. I'm going to let Lynn talk to you about them, but I just wanted to say that all of the ones we have that are definite, that have confirmed, are on the website. Lynn, you want to talk about the guests that we have?
Sure. So we have Rachel Ancheril. She was Commander Nan on Discovery. We have Sarah Booth, who is an actress and stunt professional. She's presently living in California. She was on Discovery in season 4. We have David Blass, production designer on Star Trek Picard. We have the incredible Melinda M. Snodgrass, who is a writer. She wrote TNG season 2 and 3 and is a prolific writer. Tom Casentino, he is an American editor and producer of The Orville. Dr. Erin McDonald, I was just actually watching a video she released today. She's an astrophysicist, and she is in charge of all the science for everything that is Star Trek right now. John Carrigan is coming to us from England, and he is an actor, fight coordinator, choreographer, and author, and he is a lifelong Star Trek fan. And also Diana Carroll Phillips, she is a Montreal educator, but she's tied with all things NASA. For example, her students right now have plants that they've grown, and they're on the International Space Station right now as we speak. So that's who is lined up right now. We still have a few other people who are in the works. And we have a few other guests who have contacted us and said, we would like to send you a special greeting. Those are all on the website. So right now, Marina Sirtis, Scott Bakula, Will Wheaton, and Tim Russ are planning to send us special greetings from them. How does that sound?
That sounds excellent myself. I'm saying this whole event is sounding excellent so far. How will one who is registered receive their credentials for the platform?
Andrew?
So any credentials for the platform will get emailed out through the Eventbrite. So you'll likely get a email that looks like it's from Eventbrite, but it's from us, and it'll have any instructions to get to where one needs to go.
And also you can get it on the website or in the act. But you'll need to have special clearance to get in there. Is that correct?
No. You're going to need special clearance if you want to do the interactive Gather Town, but otherwise it's going to be totally viewable on the website. It's going to be streaming on the public YouTube channels that Starfleet has, as well as the Facebook pages. So there are a lot of ways you can watch the programming. The thing is, though, the only things you'll be able to see on YouTube and Facebook is the main feed. We are going to be having some programs going on simultaneously, and the only way that you can pick and choose those is if you go through the website or the Gather Town platform.
Right. And this is an excellent segue to go into asking, what is Gather Town?
Well, Jerry's not here, and he's the best one at explaining it. Randy, do you want to take a stab at explaining Gather Town?
I can. You've spent quite a bit of time on it too, so maybe between the two of us we can.
Okay.
So Gather Town is basically an 8-bit, think of the old arcade style virtual experience. So it's a top-down view of the conference hall, and you're able to create an avatar of your own and navigate, walk through the conference, visit booths, attend talks, everything else. So interact with other people too. It's pretty cool.
We have it set. We have our own space designed for this. If anybody wants to check it out, you can. I know that Region 2 had their summit in it was their awards that they had in the Gather Town space, but it was pretty cool. So if you'd like to check it out, you're more than welcome to. One of us can give you a tour.
All right. I think that might be needed for quite a bit of us, including myself.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's going to be hard to use, and it really isn't. So if you're concerned about that, I welcome you to please, just come and take a tour of it. See if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But we have booths set up in a booth space like you would at a real convention for all of the regions. Some chapters have booths. Our guests have booths. Our sponsors have booths, so it'll be pretty.
I'm not a video game person, but I did not have any trouble navigating the space. It's quite intuitive. Just follow the instructions. It's very easy to do.
I would definitely welcome people to come and try it out and give us some feedback too. If you notice anything that you think we could do better, let us know.
The next question was about the setup the account and how to do that. The account and avatar. Do you have any advice for that?
On setting up an avatar?
For Gather Town.
An account and an avatar.
Well, to set up an account, you just go to once you go to the Gather Town site, it'll just prompt you to put your name in and to design your little character, which they don't have a lot of options, so it doesn't take long to design your character. And then you're in, and it'll remember you.
Now, what special events are being planned inside Gather Town for this event?
The only thing that's going to be different about Gather Town versus the streams is there's kind of like a scavenger hunt with all of the individual rooms, but we've also kind of given Starfleet some life. There's an academy, and you can go into each school of the academy and check out a literal classroom. The details that we've put into this are quite massive. You'll see Star Trek characters in there. So, but the real treat of it is in Gathertown, whenever your character approaches another character, your cameras come on and your microphone comes on, and you can just have a chat and walk around like you would at a regular convention. So it's a really great way for us, I wouldn't say post COVID because it's still happening, but it's a really great way for us during the times of COVID to be able to have that social interaction that's missing from all of these virtual events.
Mhm.
Does anybody want to add anything else about Gathertown?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you just like wandering around a nice little virtual environment with little Easter eggs and little things hidden away, it's a lot of fun. You could just wander around and just lose yourself in the place. I mean, Ed and you, Aaron, you guys have put a lot of work into that, and it's really impressive. I mean, considering you guys made it out of whole cloth, it's just like, wow.
Yeah, we made it. We didn't use templates for almost nothing. I think maybe one of the conference rooms Ed used a template for. Other than that, like between me and Ed and Chris, just building these rooms has been a lot of work, but it's really cool now. I mean,
Has anybody found two flicks yet?
there's a Tuvix in there. There are hidden Star Trek characters throughout it. There's a Deanna Troi cake with mint frosting.
Yeah, with mint frosting.
It's a really cool environment, but I'd also like to add that virtually everything that's in Gathertown is also going to be accessible either via the website or the YouTube channels, the video feeds, and that too. So Gathertown's an option for you. It's a really cool option, and like I said, we've done a little scavenger hunt, which is really neat in there. But there's other options to view things too. So we've got the bases covered.
Okay, I have one question to ask. If my chapter or region wants to have a meeting in Gathertown, who do we speak to?
I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. You're a bit muffled, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
Okay. If my chapter region wants to have a meeting in Gathertown, who do I speak to?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah. Speak to me. You can approach me on through my email, which is vrcdavies.region13@gmail.com. Sean, can you put my email address up there?
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, he'll put it up there, so you can just email me and reserve something for your chapter. I'm more than happy to let you use the space. If you want to do a chapter meeting in there or just take a tour, I can allow up to 20 people in there at a time.
Now, do we need any special equipment for the VIC?
I'm sorry. Can anybody understand what Jeff just said?
At times.
He says, do I need special equipment to attend the VIC?
I mean, you need a computer.
Well, if
But
you're watching this, you can attend.
Yeah, that's essentially it. If you see this, you can go.
I would recommend there's an app for Gathertown. I would recommend if you have time ahead of time to download that. It gives you a little bit better access to things.
Yeah, but you can still do Gathertown in the browser if you want.
Yeah.
And it works on your phone too, though not well. It takes a little bit longer for things to load if you access it on your phone.
Yeah.
Is it possible for my chapter region to present something on Friday night or Saturday morning?
Yes. Reach out to me if you'd like to do that. I'm encouraging regions and chapters, if they want to maybe put together a little program, I'm more than happy to accept it. Just make sure that it's no longer than 30 minutes long, and it's about, I'm guessing 10, 15 minutes long. That way you don't lose people.
Now, we're going to switch gears a little bit and go into funding. What are the funds from this year's VIC being used for?
scholarships. We are very, very focused on the scholarship. So, like, all of our profits from this go directly to the scholarships. We're really trying to encourage people to apply for them, and we're hoping that if we get more money than we're expecting, we can maybe be a little bit more generous than $1,000, which doesn't really buy you much when you're in college. It might pay for a couple of your books, but other than that, so yeah, that's kind of what our goal is. And we're doing that by selling booth space at our Gather Town. So if your chapter would like a booth, we're selling them for $50. I'm happy to send you a shot of what you'll get, take you on a tour of the ones that we've already done for chapters, so you can see exactly what you'd be getting. And that money goes toward that. You can also just make a donation. If you donate an item for the auction that's worth $50 or more, you get a free booth. And we'd really love some auction items. So, Lynn, do you want to add anything to scholarships?
Yeah, I mean, I should also mention that the guests that are coming we are not paying them. They're actually coming as volunteers, which I think is incredible. So all of those people, what we offered them was some money to a charity, but some of them don't even want that. They're just happy to come and promote the scholarship fund. That's how much it means to them, particularly the science people. And so, yeah, with regards to the scholarships, all of the monies that are being gathered, all of the monies that are coming from the auction, all the monies that are coming from the sale of the booths, that's all going towards that. Nobody's getting any kickback, right? So we want to be able to promote particularly STEM education, but there are other scholarships that are available.
I just want to reiterate there too. So those attending, so it's great if you want to sponsor, that money goes towards the scholarships also. But if you're attending, there is a donation button as right at the very bottom of the website. Again, big red button. You can click on that and do a PayPal donation. You don't need to have a PayPal account to be able to do it. And then all of the money from the auction too is going to go to support the scholarships also. So we're going to be having an online auction with lots of really cool things that you guys can bid on. And the proceeds from that also goes to the scholarships.
That auction's going to be a week long, so it'll end during the IC, but it's going to start about a week before, so you can kind of go in and check out like what's going to be before you do it.
Randy, can you talk about the auction, please?
I can. So the auction is going to be online, but it operates just like a live auction. So as Aaron just said, it's going to open about a week early, so you can get in early, place your bids on the items that you're really interested in. It doesn't work like eBay. So think of a live auction versus eBay. So there's no proxy bidding where you say, hey, I'm willing to pay up to a certain amount. It's all live bidding. So if you say, hey, I'm willing to pay $100, it makes a $100 bid for you. It will send you, when you register, it will send you notices saying, hey, you were just outbid. Would you like to increase your bid? So it's quite exciting. Also, like a live auction, if there's a flurry of bids right at the last minute and people are bidding back and forth, again, not like eBay, it's not going to stop at a certain time. It's going to keep going until those people give up. We're here to try to raise some money for the charity in that. I've ran several auctions like this in the past. One of them raised almost $30,000. So, hopefully we can put some large digits into the bank and into the charity with this. So lots of exciting things with online auction.
And there's been some really cool things that have been donated. I have some really beautiful prints that have come in. I have Starfleet uniforms that have come in. I have pins and comm badges, cups, hats. I think I have a hat now. So there's lots of really cool stuff. And I'm looking for donations. So if you are interested in donating something, please contact me through the website. And I would be happy to figure out where you are and how we get it from you.
Yeah. And again, if you want to contact anybody on any of this, on the website, there's a contact page with a form on there. You can just fill that out, and that goes to the board here to be able to reply to your questions and that. So, yeah.
That answers the next question. how do I contact a person if I want to donate to the auction?
Yeah,
You just-
through the contact form on the website is,
Yeah.
is probably the best.
Lynn?
Yeah, through the contact form.
Right. Okay. Now, how you've already also answered this next question about how it's going to be conducted. It'll be conducted over the week. You go to the website, you view the items, and you put in your bid. Well, that's about like it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, think of a live auction. Don't think of eBay because it does work like a live auction. So again, when you bid, that's the bid that you're placing. It will notify you if you register. It'll send you an email or a text message saying, "Hey, you've been outbidded." But yeah, it works just like a live auction. I've always found them really exciting to do, and there's always a couple of key items that people really want that they battle back and forth over. So yeah.
Yeah, auctions can be awful fun. I've learned. Now, an important question here came through, and it says, is my donation tax deductible?"
The answer would be no.
Okay, that's usually how it's been.
Is it?
Huh?
I don't have any idea about whether or not it's tax deductible. So to be safe, I'm just saying no.
Yeah,
I don't know what tax forms they need or if they can use Starfleet's tax ID.
Yeah, Starfleet would have to write them receipts.
yeah, I think that would be a question better for our vaulted CS. But this is another question in associated with that. Will the VIC reimburse me for shipping?
So the shipping's going to be part of the auction. So the software that we're using for this has a shipping calculator in it. So that's something that you can find out prior how much it'll cost you to say John wants to buy something. Its origin is the United States. He'll be able to calculate what the shipping will cost, but he is responsible for paying the shipping on an item that he buys.
Okay. But I think they were talking about being sent to you.
Yeah, donated items, same thing. Like again, this is we're trying to raise money for a charity, a very good charity. So if we were to pay all the shipping, especially if somebody shipped something that only went for a few dollars at auction but costs, way more to ship it, we would be in the hole. So yeah, the shipping has to be.
Well, that answer to that latter question would be no.
Yeah.
But with that said, we have a lot of people in different areas that are on the VIC staff, so you wouldn't necessarily have to ship it to one location. You can just say where you are, and we'll find the most cost-effective place for you to ship it. So say you're in England, you can ship it to John.
Yeah, and likewise, I'm in Ontario, so if you had stuff from Canada or Ontario that you wanted to ship to, then I would take care of shipping to get it to wherever it's going, or the person who won it would pay the shipping for it. So yeah.
Okay. Now, anybody from, can people outside Starfleet attend the conference? They aren't a member conference, but they'd like to attend. Can they?
They can watch, but they certainly won't be able to interact because that's kind of a little privilege that we have as part of our membership for Starfleet. So they wouldn't have access to the Gather Town. So yeah, they could view it on Facebook Live, but they can only have access to like the main feed, and I mean, it's the same stuff we said before. We can't. We want to reach as many people as we can with this because I think it's going to be a really good recruiting tool. But there are also going to be things within this that are just for us.
Right. Now, going in a different direction, will the VIC be recorded for future viewing?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
where would we find that?
Okay, so I realized that with all of the different time zones that Starfleet has members in, there might be something that you want to watch that you can't because you were asleep or you were at work or something. We're planning on having each program archived on our website within an hour of it airing. Every single individual program, there will be a whole new archive section with those videos that you can access.
And all the
And
main
then
streams will be on YouTube automatically.
Okay, that was my next question.
yeah, so you'll be able to see it on YouTube as well.
That's excellent, excellent. Now, how can I contact exhibitors or sponsors if we want to view their online story?
All of their within the website, you can find the sponsors listed, and then all their contact information is there. Like, say they have an Etsy store, it's all there. You just click on it, you go straight to their store. So we've given you, there's like samples of some of their work, and then there are, if they have an Etsy store, if they have a website, if they have an email, it's all listed there so that you can contact them directly.
To answer the question about the website donations, if you go to our contact list on the website, there's that contact form, fill that out, and the person in charge of donations will send you an email to get your information and talk to you about that, which I believe that's most likely going to be Lynn.
Mhm.
So that
if you fill out the contact form, Lynn will be getting in touch with you within a few days.
And one thing, everybody that's using Facebook that's popping up as Facebook user on our chat, if you go to streamyard.com/Facebook and authorize Facebook, your names will actually show up during the broadcast, and also it will fix it for the conference as well, so that everybody knows who you are.
Well, it has been really a great day. But Aaron and Dean, can you sum up what we've been talking about? You know, dates, the website again, and if you got anything else you need to let the public know.
Yeah, so the VIC is going to be held on August 12th and 13th. The 12th, it's going to start in the evening, so it's a Friday. It's not going to be during the day at all. That's Eastern time. I know that there are people watching. So when I say it's going to start at 8 o'clock, that's Eastern time. That's where I am. I guess we could probably put something out there that calculates the time zones, but we don't have that up yet. And on Saturday, the main programming is going to start at noon. That's also in Eastern time. With that said, any of these smaller programs that we're going to have, and we're planning a lot of stuff. So if your chapter wants to do a program, we're going to be putting that in between. So that'll be in between when the programs end at probably, I'm assuming, 11 Eastern time on Friday until Saturday at noon when things start up again.
Well, anybody else have anything to say? Want to add to it?
Oh, I hope.
Well, I just hope everybody comes. That's what I
hope everybody registers too. You know, we have this beautiful website. I'm so proud of it. I'll admit I had very little to do with it. Ken designed the concept of the logo, and we just kind of went from there with Randy and his team of web dev just killing it. But it's absolutely beautiful. Please check it out and please register.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today and letting people know what the VIC is all about. This year is going to be exciting. I know it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jeff, for having us.
Before we go, I want to remind everybody that on Wednesday starts the election process for the Commander Starfleet. They'll be able to, individuals can announce that they are going to run starting on Wednesday the 1st. So keep an eye out on that and hope everybody can participate in that process as well. On behalf of everybody here, I want to thank you for being a part of this time to discuss the Virtual International Conference 2022 And we'll see you next time on AMA.